Tough game. It's an incredibly good Maryland team, and everybody knows that. We came in, we came up a little bit short on the draw controls. I think that was the biggest difference in the game. And then it just comes down to making plays when you need them. And I thought their goalie stepped up in the second half and made some big saves. It really made the difference in the second half. So. Tough game. Seems like it's always Maryland, and once again today. So, my hat's off to them for playing a great game.
Questions for our student athletes? You would mind passing.
For Kelsey, you really seem to be locked in the first half. Probably, I think you really helped keep Syracuse in the game, made some great saves. Maryland didn't get a lot of shots off in the second half, but they seemed to be more accurate with their shots. What was the difference between the first half and the second half?
I just think that they took their time a little bit more in the second half. Like you said, they didn't have a lot of shots. I think our defensive players came up with a lot of turnovers in the second half where they weren't getting the ball to the goal. But I think that they were definitely taking their time a little bit more and finding the open play in the second half.
Kayla, what's tough about Maryland's defense? It looks like they don't do a whole lot that's fancy, but they're really good at it. What is it that makes them so strong?
I think they're just really talented. Overall, they have every one of them is really talented, and they slide pretty early. They communicate well, but they're just good athletes, and they've been here before. Just a pretty talented group.
Halle, for you, anything special about playing this particular game? I know you played Maryland earlier in the season, but probably still a lot of friends on the team, and even a couple who graduated last year. Does it give you any special motivation, or?
Just being in the semifinal game is motivation enough. Definitely I played with them for 2 years. It's great to see some people, but, at the end of the day, I'm at Syracuse now, so, it was just a tough game and tough loss.
Kelsey, for you, being a senior, having Maryland end your season for the third year in a row, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? What's it like for you?
It sucks. I really didn't want to go home today.
For Kayla or Halle, how difficult is it, when Maryland was holding the ball for the last 6 minutes? How do you deal with that, and how frustrating is that?
I think all you can do is encourage your teammates and tell them to dig them in. But we trust our defense, and I think they played a really awesome game. There's nothing you can do when you're standing on the 30, but you can encourage them and tell them to dig them in.
Kelsey, with Maryland in the first half playing behind the net a lot and throwing a bunch of quick passes in front of the crease, how tough was that for you to defend getting turned around a lot?
I kind of like that style of play. I think that plays into a lot. Like a lot of the year we played backer, it's quick shots. So I kind of like, those quick shots in close. I wish I had a couple of them back, but it was expected. We knew that Brooke Griffin's a good feeder, so we were just trying to do everything to combat that.
And Kayla, for you, sort of leading the comeback at the end of the game, what were the focuses for you? What were you guys specifically trying to do on offense to sort of, right the ship?
I think we're just trying to score some goals. I think, it's at the end of the game, and we know we have to play with a sense of urgency, so we're just trying to score some goals and communicate and get some good looks.
Last one. All right. Ladies in the back block, thank you. First question.
Gary, you guys are up 5-4, 5 minutes left in the first half. They had a bunch of chances they weren't able to capitalize on. You guys had the momentum at that point. What were you thinking where you guys were in the game at that point, and then what kind of happened that Maryland got those 3 quick goals and kind kind of took control of it?
You know, Maryland's, we fought back to go up 5-4, and, Kelsey made some saves, and we got a couple pipes, and we got the ball back, and we, executed on the offensive end, but, they finally got a couple opportunities, couple breaks, and put it in and got a quick 3-goal run, and, we struggled on the draws today, and that's really what provided that 3-goal run opportunity. It was just that and a mental error on a clear, giving the ball right back to him for an easy goal, and you all of a sudden you're down a couple goals super quick. So you can't make those type of errors at key times, especially when you're playing the best team in the country.
And Coach, last year you were here with a much different lineup. You graduated the majority of your starting lineup. What was it about this team's ability to really start from scratch and get to championship weekend when a lot of people didn't count them in?
Well, it was, it was one of the toughest years, I think, for us as far as graduating eight starters last year and trying to find the chemistry and build a team that was, as good as we were last year. And it was, we were a pretty young team. We'll only lose, I think, 3 starters this time, 2 or 3. And, it'll be a different year again where we're building to that next level. And we built the chemistry by the end of the year and just came up short today. But I thought, that they really came together. My staff, Reggie, Katie, just an incredible job to really bring this group together that went through some bumps in the road along the way and really pulled it together for the playoffs, for an ACC title and a Final Four run. I think, my staff did a great job and the players really came together and maybe not expected, but they worked hard to get there and they did a great job.
Coach, early in the game, it seemed like you were face guarding Megan Whittle and seemed maybe to want to take her out of Maryland's offense. Was that something strategic? She only got off 1 shot for the entire game. Was that part of your game plan?
Yeah, there's different ways to go and pick your poison with with Maryland and we went with a little different defense. We didn't play our backer zone. Hold that team to 10 goals is, especially for the amount of draw controls they had, is pretty darn good defense. And, we need to do a little bit more on the draw circle and down on the offensive end and get a few more shots. But I think it was a good game plan by Coach Thorpe and gave us our best chance today.
Coach, what makes Maryland's post plays so hard to defend? Just like throughout the game, what makes it, they seem like you just couldn't figure out a way to get them to stop?
They're a great team. They got talent from top to bottom, and Coach Reese does a nice job of coaching them up and putting them in the right place to make plays, and they did a solid job today, and we had our chances. We get the ball back, and unfortunately, we just didn't take advantage of the opportunities we had in the second half. We shoot 100% when we hit the cage in the first half, and then the goalie comes up with big 4 saves in the second half, and she stepped her game up, and we had a little mental lapse on our shooting, and game turns quick, and then you don't get the ball back at the draw circle.
In those last 5-6 minutes when it's clear they're just trying to milk clock, what's kind of the risk reward in your mind of maybe going out and doing it? I know you eventually went out with the double with the goalie and whatnot, but are you kind of thinking, at what point are you thinking about doing that?
Well, we've been down this road a lot this year. We played a lot of close games, and again, Maryland's a super talented team, and they don't make many mistakes, and they certainly didn't. And about 4 minutes, they got the ball, I think, with 6 and started stalling then, and then they held it the rest of the game. And we've been there before with them, and you know, it's hard to get the ball back with the way the rules are written, and it's very difficult, and you get yellow cards, which we did, and, you know, makes it tough. Makes it tough.
Time for one more.
Coach, looking at Taylor Cummings' game today, again, was part of the game plan. She became more of a facilitator than a scorer. She did well in the draws and got a lot of support from people like Casey Pepperman and folks coming in off the 30s. But she had 4 assists. Was that also something that you kind of wanted to try to turn Cummings into more of a facilitator than a scorer?
And, you know, we were just trying to play good team defense. If you don't go to her, she's just going to go to the net and score some goals. So you send doubles. She did a great job keeping her head up and moving the ball. You know, she found the open player in the middle, came up with a nice game today.
All right, that's it. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.